This is IGN. Let's talk about the big announcements from Thursday's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. This is an IGN Daily Update special. The February 2026 Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase has come and gone after revealing 3 Bethesda games for Switch 2, an upgrade for Hollow Knight fans, and more. The presentation was previously said to bring 30 minutes of Switch and Switch 2 announcements from Nintendo's third-party partners, and it did just that. Highlights include a Switch 2 upgrade for the original Hollow Knight, a release date for the Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and more Resident Evil Requiem. Plus, Bethesda fans with Nintendo's latest hybrid console now know to look forward to ports for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Fallout 4, and The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Fans didn't see everything they were hoping for. We're looking at you, the Dustbloods, but the show did still manage to pack in tons of announcements. We gathered all the biggest reveals, so without further ado, here were the biggest announcements from the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase February 2026. First up, the old-school anime-inspired co-op game Orbitals captured the attention of anime and gaming fans since it was first announced, and now developer Shape Farm is confirming plans to launch for Switch 2 this summer. Paranormal Site: The Mermaid's Curse scared up a February release date for Nintendo Switch. Players will follow Yuza Minakuchi, a pearl diver who uncovers a spooky version of himself underwater when the latest Paranormal Site comes to Switch later this month. Pre-orders ahead of its February 19th release date are available today. Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters gameplay was revealed. It was anime action meeting tense soccer gameplay. Expect to see Bandai Namco bring it to Switch 2 sometime later this year. Popular Viking survival game Valheim is officially coming to Switch 2. First released in 2021, developer Iron Gate will bring its online building and crafting game to Switch 2 sometime later this year. The Super Bomberman collection will soon explode onto Switch consoles. It's all the Bomberman you could ever ask for. Konami announced its bundle of Bomberman classics, titled Super Bomberman Collection, is out for players on Switch and Switch 2. It's a shadow drop that unleashes the digital version now, with a physical release planned for August 2026. Hot off the heels of the launch of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for Nintendo fans, Square Enix made a surprise appearance during Thursday's Nintendo Direct to confirm that its sequel, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is coming to Switch 2. It has a release date too, with the publisher telling fans they'll be able to continue Cloud and Sephiroth's story June 3rd, 2026. Capcom's Pragmata isn't quite Mega Man, but it is coming to Switch 2 April 24th, 2026. It's a release date that puts the puzzle action game out in a few months, with a demo out now for those who just can't wait to see what it's like. The Dino Destroyer Turok is preparing for a Switch release. This time, Saber Interactive is mixing dinosaurs and aliens with Turok Origins on Switch 2. Highlights from its gameplay trailer showed off third and first-person gameplay, co-op support, and a release window of fall 2026. Digimon Story Time Stranger will materialize on Switch and Switch 2 in July. Players will engage with the digital world once again when Digimon Story Time Strangers comes to Switch and Switch 2 July 10th, 2026. Both consoles get physical and digital versions of the Bandai Namco release, with Switch 2 players also able to choose their preferred graphics mode. Pre-orders are available now. Up next, Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection announced that it plans for a March release date. Capcom is bringing Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection to Switch 2 with a March 13th, 2026 release date. A demo is available now, with players able to carry over their save data to the full game once they purchase it next month. Console Archives is taking retro gamers with Switch 2s on a trip down memory lane with the release of Console Archives Ninja Gaiden 2 The Dark Sword of Chaos and Console Archives Cool Borders out now. Rave Racer is also joining the Arcade Archives lineup later this month, with more Console Archive titles such as Doraemon and Sonic Wings Special also set to launch throughout the year. Bethesda Game Studios' 2015 RPG Fallout 4 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. As announced during the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, the Anniversary Edition will bring to players the base game as well as some additional goodies like DLC on February 24th. Microsoft is continuing to support Nintendo consoles, with Wolfenstein developer Machine Games' Indiana Jones and the Great Circle now set to launch for Nintendo Switch 2. Expect to take Indy's latest adventure on the go when it launches May 12th. And finally, Bethesda's last announcement and the final reveal of the Nintendo Direct is the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered for Switch 2. Unlike Indiana Jones and Fallout, there's no release date for the beefed-up version of the classic fantasy RPG, with the publisher instead only telling fans to look forward to its launch sometime this year. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console and subscribe to our weekly podcasts through the podcast service of your choice.
Spoken Layer.